Steph Curry with the 85 shots as the Warriors star set an NBA record for triples in a calendar month with 85 threes. I'm Robin Lundberg here with Ben Pickman and Wilton Jackson. And guys, how much do you think this current stretch is adding to Steph's legacy? I would say his legend, really. Because Ben, there gets to be a point where sometimes I think individual stuff can shine above team stuff. We've already seen Steph win. We've already seen him win at the highest level. I guess you could say, he could stand to add a finals MVP if we're really nitpicking. But there were these people from the peanut gallery saying he couldn't carry a team. And to see him clearly elevate the Warriors, because this is a squad that would be, if not the worst, right there, in the NBA without him, and do it at a level that I think some people maybe didn't think he would reach again. I kind of do believe it is going to do something to bolster what has already been, a transcendent career.
I mean, it's certainly been a historic and amazing, a must-watch stretch of basketball for Steph Curry, and it's amazing to see him still perform at this level, maybe his best ever, but I'm still a little hesitant to say, this is going to be one of the things we remember most from Steph Curry's career. This is a player who's won 2 MVPs, one unanimous, who led a team to a record 24-game win streak to open a season, who had a 73-game winning streak, who had the titles. And he's had other incredible individual moments before. Think about that, iconic game winner against OKC in 2016, or even going back to college, the run at Davidson, right? This is Steph Curry, whose resume is littered with memorable bullet points. And I think this is just another one. It's amazing to see him still performing at this high level, especially in what is a new chapter, it seems like, of the Warriors franchise. But I don't want to say this is the most important stretch of basketball he's played or the best stretch necessarily, because let's not forget all those things that happened not too far ago, not too long ago. That's really what I think we'll remember Steph Curry for. Of course, he changed the game more broadly, and this stretch is emblematic of that. But, Steph's been doing great things for a long time. Let's not lose sight of that throughout this month.
Well, that's why ever questioning his legacy was crazy. But that doesn't mean he can't, continue to spread some more icing on top of the glorious cake that he's baked. And Wilton, maybe part of it was that he was gone for a minute, right? And even before he was gone, there was the run when they won 73, games and the title of the year before that. But then KD got there, and it was just like this super monstrosity team. We hadn't seen him do it by himself in a while. So I do believe everybody wants to see Steph on a contending team again. You don't want it to be this status, in perpetuity. But this 1 year, as an isolated event, is kind of special in and of itself.
Steph is having an incredible year. And when you look at it, his legacy and what he's been able to do this month, I think it speaks volumes now, but it's definitely going to speak volumes later on. And I know Ben mentioned a couple points about this and, his MVP status, obviously a 3-time NBA champion. But the way that Steph has changed the landscape of the game and continues to, even just changing the narrative around the 3-point shot, his ability to continue to knock down these shots, force defenders to play the pick and roll situations a lot differently now than what they used to. It just speaks volumes to what he's been able to do as an individual for the game of basketball, not just what he's been able to do just in this month in April. But to mention that, obviously, he's averaging 38.2 points per game this month. Also in this month, he became the Warriors all-time leading scorer, and he's shooting 47% from 3-point line. So what Steph has been able to do, considering where the Warriors were last year, obviously they thought that, Klay was going to come back, and, he's had his injuries, and the Warriors have just had an up and down last 2 years for the franchise. And so to see Steph doing what he's able to do and going down the stretch and, how far these Warriors can continue to go, I think it's going to definitely play a role in his individual performance when it comes to his legacy.
Well, that's why I use the word transcendent, right? There are great players, but then there are players who have an impact on the way the game is played, and Steph is there. And a lot of people say he's the greatest shooter of all time. Well, duh. He's clearly the greatest shooter of all time, but that almost sells short what he's been able to accomplish, because you're looking at one of the all-time great players, period.